Hello and welcome to another tutorial from OICT. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to create a drag and dropped image using Paint and .NET. So we're not going to be using the traditional method of creating a picture box and then dragging the picture box using the mouse down, mouse up. We'll dynamically draw an image onto the screen, so the image can be of anything that you prefer, and then we'll basically just drag and drop that using the forms mouse down, mouse up event and dynamically finding out exactly where the X and Y values are for the object. So if I just go ahead and start this one now for you. So the moment it just draws a image. So this is a image of Guts from the anime Berserk. So I can just click and drag it. So as soon as I click and hold it, it follows the mouse cursor into the form, and then it also tells you in the label that image found, dragging image, and then as soon as I drop it, it'll tell you image dropped at X 673, Y 62. And then if I move it down a little bit, you can see that the values changes wherever we drop the image. Okay, so as soon as we click on the image, it will center it on the mouse cursor, as you can see. So even if I click on the corner of it, it centers it, and then I can just drag and drop it wherever I want. So we're going to go through the process of creating one for the single image, and on the next tutorial we'll do one where we can do it with multiple images. Okay, so hopefully we'll enjoy this one, and let's go ahead and create a new project. So in the Visual Studio window, let's go click on create a new project. I'm going to select my Windows Form app.net, and then name this project move a single image using Paint OICT. Okay, and then click next. .NET 6 framework is fine. Click create. Okay, so here in the new project window, we're going to make a couple of changes to the form. So the first one is going to be the title. Move single image using Paint OICT. Right, so that's just for the title there. I'm going to change the double buffer to true first. Change the double buffer to true. Change the back color on this one to 64, 64, and 64. That's like gives us a bit of a dark theme like color, right? And then we can drag and drop a label to this form. So the label is the one that's going to show us the information on there. Okay, that one's back color is fine. I'm going to set the font size to bold to 18 or 18. Good. 18 is good. And then fore color, we'll change it to yellow. So that way it's just. So I'm just going to type yellow in there. It'll be a lot easier. Okay, and then it'll just change the yellow. Click on the label again. Let's change the information on this one to dragging or dropping. So dragging or dropping the object, so it shows up in the nice big bold letters. Second one we're going to need is the timer. Okay, so I'm just going to call this one form timer, like so. Set the enable to true, with the interval to 20. And we want the frames to be updated quite frequently. Okay, so with these changes done, in the link in the description you'll find the images that we can use. So I've got two images here that we can use. So I have one Ace of Hearts and then one picture of Guts from the anime. Okay, so we can copy and paste both of them to the project. So I'm just going to copy both of them here first. Right click on the name of the project there. Click on open folder in File Explorer. So just open the location of the open the location of the project, and then go to the bin, debug, .NET 6, and then paste both of them in there. Okay, so we got both the images there, so which we can then basically call out when we need to. Okay, so with that done, we can go ahead and add the events that we need for this form. So go to the events window, so it's right next to the properties one. Okay, so the events that we're going to need is mouse down, a form, mouse down. Okay, so that event gets added. Come back here again, and then we need mouse move, form, mouse move. Okay, and then last one for the mouse is going to be mouse up, form, mouse up. Okay, because they're going to be dragging and dropping it, so we need all three of them. Last one we need for the form is the paint. There's a paint one here, so it's the form paint event. Okay, so we got the 4 there. We need one more for the timer. We go to the click on the timer, it'll take you to the timers event, and we only have one, that's the tick. The form timer event. Okay, so we have the mouse down, mouse move, mouse up, form paint, and form timer. Okay, so let's declare the variables for this project. So right before the form1 constructor, I'm just going to declare the variables here. First one's going to be image, we'll call it card. And then we need a point. Point is going to be called position equals new point. The default position for the card, we'll set it to 200 by 200. So when it gets spawned, that's where it's going to be painted on the screen. And then we create a boolean called dragging. So whether the image is being dragged across the screen or not. And then we also need a rectangle. So the rectangle is going to be angle called rect. Let's just call it rect there. So it's short and simple. And we also need the height. So we'll give that 200. And we also need the width to 200 as well. The width should be 100. It's a card, so it's diameters are slightly different. Okay, so let's load the image inside the constructor first. So we're going to say card is equals to image from file. So from file we can say card png. So we just select the first card one here. So the card one is this one here. Again, it's a transparent image, so that's why it's a png, and the guts one is a jpg. So if you need to change it, you just change it here basically. And then we also to give the rect the information that we need. So the rect information, it autocomplete there for me. Just delete that. So the rect, we're going to create a new rectangle, but we need to follow where the card position is going to be. So card position x, position to x, position to y, and then width, and then height. Okay. Okay, let's do the form mouse down event. So we're going to create a new point here for the mouse positions. So create a mouse position variable equals to new point, right? And the point that we're interested in is the ex, so the event x position and the event's y position. So the ex and ey values are being passed in through here. So the mouse event argument there, so we can access all of these values from that little variable. And then we're going to say if. So whenever we click on the image, right? So the image is, let's say, it's going to be spawned here. Whenever we click on it, what we want to do is, this is why we're using a rectangle. The rectangle, we can sort of use there's a contains function inside of it. We can see if the click was contained within the rectangle. Okay, so we can say rect contains, right, mouse position. The mouse position wherever the click happened, if it contains the mouse position inside of it, and then we can use that. Okay, close the bracket there for us, zoom it a little bit. So if it contains the mouse position, we're going to set the dragging to true, and then we'll say label1.text is going to be, say, dragging image. Let's use that instead. So that's what we need for the mouse down event. So if we go to the mouse move, so what we're able to do then is to link the mouse X and Y location to the position for the image. Okay, and in here we just need to check if dragging is equals to true. So if you say if dragging is equals to true, right, and then we can just say position is equals to e.location. So the location of the mouse cursor at that point, because the mouse is moving. Okay, and then we'll go into the mouse up position here and say if dragging again, then we're going to set dragging to false. So because the mouse is up now, so we don't need to have the image follow the mouse cursor anymore. Then we're going to say rect.location is equals to new point. Then we'll say ex e.y, And then we'll just update the label. So label 1.text is equals to image dropped at plus rectangle location dot toString. Just gives us the location of the rectangle at that point. Okay, so let's do the timer one first before we do the paint. So inside the timer one, we will say rect x is equals to position dot x, right? And then rect y is equals to position dot y. And then we'll set this dot invalidate. So it's updating the form. It's updating the form every 20 milliseconds. So that way, whenever we drag and drop it, it's giving us a good frame rate. So make sure you have this line, because without this line, the paint event will not update where the position for the card is. Okay, so inside the paint event, we need to give the object a outline. So we can, we have the outline of a plum color and a yellow color. So we can use a pen in this case. Pen, we'll call it outline. Okay, and then we can say if we're dragging the object, then outline is going to be new pen. It will be a color of yellow. Yellow, and then size 6. So that's the thickness of the brush for the pen. Else, we're going to say if we're not dragging it, then we can give the outline to green or change it to plum. Like so. So it's a bit of a purplish color, so it shows on the board nicely. And then we need to actually draw the outline now onto the rectangle. Let's say graphics. Okay, draw rectangle. We give the outline and then the rectangle there. So he finds the rectangle and he draws the outline onto the rectangle as we're doing this. Okay. And then obviously we need to draw the image onto the screen as well. So we can say e.graphics, draw image. And the image that we want to draw is the card. And we can say position.x, position.y, width, and then height. I'm just going to run this quickly. So right now the card appears, right? So as you can see, it appeared there. The only problem at the moment that we have is, as you can see, that as soon as we click it, right, the background changes to yellow, and then it shows that obviously the card is active. But at the moment, I'm only dragging it from the corner of the card. So even if I click on the bottom there, it moves to the corner, and as soon as I drop it, it tells me where I'm dropping it to. Okay. But what I want to do is I want to make sure that the card can be selected from the middle of the screen rather than middle of the image rather than the top corner of the image. Okay, now go to the mouse move event. Let's go to the position here. If dragging, so I can say position.x is equals to e.x minus position width divided by 2, and then position.y is equals to e.y minus height divided by 2. Okay, so let's try that now. And there you go. So right now, as you can see, by doing that, we're quite easily able to just have the mouse cursor work in the middle of the screen rather than, middle of the image rather than the corner of the image. So that's basically just deducting the sides of the image. So basically anytime I click on it, right, so it will position the mouse exactly in the middle of the image. Right, so the e value, so the e.x is going to be here, and then e.y is going to calculate the height of the image and divide it by 2. So it's just going to be right in the middle. So it looks a bit more natural as we're dragging and dropping it across the screen there. Okay, so you can also change the image to an image that you like, and we can also change the size of these to reflect that. If I use the guts one now, say guts.jpg, right, I'm able to draw that image as well. Okay. So this was basically I just wanted to create something that's nice. It just drags across a image. So because the images don't have, once again, images don't really have a mouse down, mouse up event that's linked to the object, because it's just an image that displays or gets printed onto the screen. And it's quite nice to know that you still have a lot of control that you can do by merging an image and a rectangle together. Okay, so the source code for this application will be available on the MoveICT website. You can download the image and the source code from there. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and a subscribe to the channel. It would really help me out. And other than that, if you have any questions, leave in the comments. Have a good day, and I will see you on the next tutorial.